Hey, let's go. So, I'm here, Max from the Octagon Addict, here with Norbert Formella Pietrzak.
Yes,
How are
good.
we doing?
Doing well. Everything is good. The camp is finished now. It's time to relax and just enjoy the show on Saturday.
Yeah. All right, what's your plans for this week then, just before you head down to Newcastle?
So it's some light work. I still turn up to the gym, but I'm very light. I just try to not, you know, put any extra work in that could fatigue myself because I'm cutting weight. So yeah, just taking it very easy and obviously the goal is now to cut the weight. That's the main objective. Once this is done, then fight night on Saturday, and then we can celebrate after.
Yeah. Um, I would ask you what your plans for after, but we don't want to get too carried away.
Of course. This can wait.
Yeah. All right, so talking about the fight, just briefly, what are your first thoughts about it? What first comes to mind?
I'm very, very looking forward to this fight because if you watch my amateur fights in MMA and so forth, I'm winning all my fights. The only thing that's not clear was my fight with Nell when we were amateurs, and that fight ended up in no contest. We both collided heads. Like I explained to you before, I have a beautiful scar now on my eye because of Nell, and I'm pretty sure he has a scar as well. His head somewhere. So
Really?
obviously, this fight became a no contest, and I'm looking forward to clear who is a better fighter.
Yeah.
All right.
So obviously you're talking about that no contest. What happened there? Do you run this down?
So me and Nell both collided heads together. We were both exchanging shots, and his head went to his left side. My head went to my right side, and we end up colliding heads. So obviously that became a big problem because maybe in professional the fight would continue, but because it was amateur rules, they didn't want us to, bleed everywhere on the octagon, etc. So the doctor came in and he said that the fight needs to be stopped.
So it was unintentional.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because obviously when I was watching it back, it looked like you were kicking off, saying it was like a headbutt.
Yeah, well, at the time I thought to myself that he was coming too aggressively with his head forwards in a couple of exchanges. But now, obviously, when I look back at the fight, I understand things are happening quick. We're both fighting. Sometimes it is what it is.
All right. So just talking a little bit more about that fight. Obviously, you're both very strong men. Um, obviously you are that little bit taller. I was wondering, how do you see it's going to play out in the cage?
I would say we're same height. When I was fighting him last time, I didn't feel like anyone had an advantage. So I don't think there will be like a reach advantage for any of us. In a way, that could make the fight even more exciting because obviously we'll need to come close to each other.
Yeah. Um. So, have you got any plans for what's actually going to go down in there? Are you going to go try and get the knockout in the first? Are you going to try and take him down? What's your game plan?
So that is a secret. Great
Yeah.
strategists do not reveal his ideas. But like we're gonna see because obviously, like you can look at our first fight and see how it went down. You can see how the energy was. Often rematches obviously are in a way continuing the same fight. So I expect Nell obviously to have respect for me, and I have great respect for Nell. So obviously I can't just say I'm gonna go there and knock him out. I don't see that idea. I don't see the point of bringing this energy across. I'm happy to go in there and test the waters, and I'm sure he's gonna test the waters as well, and we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah. Obviously, you're saying it's a continuation of the last fight, but obviously it's what 2, 3 years ago. So I'm assuming you've both worked on your games and improved a lot since then.
Yes. So I had several more amateur matches, same with Nell, and then obviously he became a professional. He went 5-0, and then I became a professional. I went 3-0. So we are both all winning. Especially our professional careers. We've been winning. All of us are like very good athletes, and we take it very serious. So obviously now someone has to take that loss.
Yeah. So, what do you think it means for you then, not having lost as a professional or an amateur?
I don't really attach myself to winning or losing too much. I am simply just focused on the game. I love MMA for what it is, and I'm just happy to be in that octagon on Cage Warriors and see how it rolls out.
Yeah. So, here's something. I don't know if you'd seen it online, but obviously Nell's last fight was on YouTube, and Cage Warriors put it with the caption of "title shot soon." So, do you think that after this fight, like whoever wins, be it you or be it him, you just have to get that title shot next?
So I think if I win against Nell, there should be no questions that I should get the title. I'm not sure what the Cage Warriors have in mind. If they want me to have, let's say, another fight, I'm fine with that. I'm in no rush. I don't want, the title tomorrow. I'm not like this. I'm happy to just take things as they come. And I know sooner or later I'll have my chance and then I can fight for it.
I've thought of a good question to ask you then. So obviously your first fight was at amateur, where you've only got those 3 minute rounds. Do you think now being in the 5 minute rounds and having that bit more time, how do you think that's going to change things?
I see this only for good. I've always been a fan of fighting a long time. Even my training sessions, I usually, whenever I do sparring or anything like this, like I usually go for like an hour at a time. And that is completely fine for me. And like for this fight, even I'm ready to do 25 minutes. If by any chance, let's say Cage Warriors would say that it's instead of 15, 25, I wouldn't be, surprised about it and I'll be fine with it. So I'm always ready to fight long. And when I'm fighting, I don't really look to fight per round, let's say. I am fighting simply my opponent. So I think that's a different perspective. Then it takes the time out of the equation in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good perspective. Just the more time you've got in there, the more time you've got to really work your plan.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. One last one for
And
you
same,
then.
same for Nell. Same for Nell as well.
Oh yeah.
That's the
So
good thing about this.
do you think there's a potential for I've seen a lot of fights, people come out quick in the first round and then they tend to get tired towards the end. Do you think this is going to be a fight where people need to watch till the very last second?
I think anything can happen. Like you've seen my last fights. It was like you blink and it's over. Same the fight before. Like on both of the fights, people came up to me and said that they came here to watch me, and all of a sudden, they didn't even know what happened because someone looked for a second somewhere and the fight
Yeah.
is finished. So, but I don't really push for anything. I just know I trust my abilities, my wrestling, my jiu-jitsu, my boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, all other martial arts that I train very hard. I just trust my abilities and I know I'm dangerous everywhere. So any second something can come.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. I mean, if you're a mixed martial artist, you've got to be good in all aspects, haven't you?
Yes.
All right. One last one for you then. Have you got any question? Sorry. Have you got anything to say to the people who are watching the interview?
Just enjoy the show. Obviously, the fight is so soon. I appreciate everyone that comes to watch the fights. I appreciate everyone that watches it online. Everyone that supported me. I always get good feedback from people at the end of my fights. Sometimes I think my last fight was probably the biggest because I wake up next day and I looked at my phone and I had so many messages. It's me after separate, and thank everyone for their support. So it's obviously great, to see that love from people and that support. And actually, I was surprised by the amount of like kids that would reach out to me. Like literally like 11, 12-year-olds, they asking me about MMA, where they can train here in my city, Aberdeen. And that was like cool because I felt like I inspired some people.
Yeah.
So that was for sure one of the biggest things. So what can I say to people? Like obviously believe in your dreams and it and do what you like, you know. But that's what they learned from martial arts, that if you simply put the time into something and you really commit yourself to it, like, it will be working out. You know, at the start, like, this whole idea of becoming a professional in mixed martial arts and everything was just, you know, like an idea. It was just something like, oh, how cool would that be? And then all of a sudden, you know, after all those years of putting work in, you're here and things happen. I'm sure it would work the same if, for example, I wanted to start a company, or I wanted to achieve, I don't know, some other goals, you know? Or like you were explaining to me about your goals before the interview. You know, as long as you
Yeah.
have that in your head, you just need to keep at it, cherish it. It's like a seed that grows. So
Well, thank you very much for that.